Good morning. Today is Friday, January 26th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The UN's highest court, the International Court of Justice, is issuing its first major decision in a case alleging that Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. This stems from the war between Israel and Hamas. The court won't rule on the genocide issue immediately, but in the interim, ICJ President Joan Donoghue says the court is ruling Israel must take immediate measures to protect Palestinians' lives.
Israel must take measures within its power to prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to commit genocide in relation to the members of the Palestinian group in the Gaza Strip.
The court says Israel must also reply within 1 month about steps that it is taking to protect Palestinian civilians. Israel has rejected the allegation of genocide, saying it is taking all measures to protect civilians. The war started last October when Hamas militants attacked Israel, killing at least 1,200 people, mainly civilians. A bipartisan border deal being worked out among senators could be in jeopardy. The issue is vital because Republican lawmakers say they won't pass aid for Israel or Ukraine without addressing U.S. border security first. NPR's Eric McDaniel reports.
Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants a deal. Republican Minority Leader Mitch McConnell wants one too. But GOP presidential frontrunner Donald Trump, he doesn't, and a lot of members are loath to cross him. That means that after months of negotiations dragged on into a presidential year, the political shot clock may have expired. But the negotiators, they say they're pressing ahead, dotting I's and crossing T's before formally unveiling the legislation as soon as next week. It's expected to majorly overhaul how migrants are processed at the U.S. southern border and send military aid to Ukraine and Israel. Once it's out, Republicans will weigh a potential policy win against upsetting Donald Trump. Eric McDaniel, NPR News, Washington.
Alabama has executed convicted murderer Kenneth Smith by nitrogen gas. Troy Public Radio's Kyle Gassett reports this is the first U.S. execution to use this method.
Kenneth Smith and an accomplice were convicted and sentenced to death for the 1988 murder for hire of Elizabeth Sennett. Alabama attempted but failed to execute Smith by lethal injection in 2022. State officials decided they would place a mask over Smith's face and pump in nitrogen gas, causing him to die from deprivation of oxygen. Once Alabama created protocols for this new method last year, Smith and his lawyers objected, calling it experimental and inhumane. In a statement following the execution, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey said that Smith had answered for his horrendous crimes and got what he asked for. For NPR News, I'm Kyle Gassett in Montgomery, Alabama.
This is NPR.